All right, so there's a great video here today. What I see a lot of players do when they fall back, and let's be honest, everybody knows they're falling back if they're doing it. They just have a tough time stopping. And we're going to go over how you can stop doing that. There's actually what I call a thoracic bump, which I'll go over here in a second, that's really crucial to this. But what I see players doing is their weight goes on their back foot, and one of the reasons is we're trying to get more to the right so we can swing more from the inside. So what happens if you're swinging over the top is your weight goes to the left early, your shoulders kind of get tilted more toward the target instead of away from the target, and that right shoulder comes out. So when I do this, that gets me steeping over the top, and I don't want to do that. And to solve that, being a good athlete, you came up with a solution. You said, okay, I don't want to come this way with it. I'm going to go ahead and come more from the inside with it. Now when you do that though, if you don't have this little bump, what ends up happening is your weight gets too far on your right side, your right shoulder gets too far back, and then all of a sudden we start drop kicking it. So we hit 3-4 inches behind the golf ball, we chunk it. We don't want to do that, so then we go ahead and miss the ground, but we're so far back here, we end up hitting it thin by the time we get to the golf ball. It's a total mess, and everybody hates it. So let's talk about the move to fix it now instead of talking about what we're not doing, what the wrong way to do it is. So you do want to have this shoulder tilt when you're coming in your downswing. Every great player, let me go over this for a second, every great player has what I call the stable fluid spine at impact. And what that means is the spine angle isn't changing, it's tilted away from the target, about 20 degrees or so with most players. And the shoulders will be tilted away also. That's universal. There's never been a great player in the history of the game that didn't have spine tilt and shoulder tilt at impact. It's the only way to get the club from the inside, to get lag, to get shaft lean, to get everything you have to do, just non-negotiably have to do to hit the ball well. Now, what happens is, if we don't get a little bit of this bump with our ribs, or what's our thoracic spine in the middle, then we end up getting too far on our back foot. So if my ribs don't kind of bump this way and I stay on my backside, all of a sudden my sternum, my upper body, everything is way too far back here, and I'm going to drop kick it. So I want you to practice for a second. We're going to go ahead and bump our rib cage. This feels weird, but don't move your hips. We're not talking about moving the entire hips like this. I want you to feel like you're bumping your rib cage to the left. And when you do that, your ribs go this way toward the target, and your shoulders can tilt a little bit. So that way, I'm getting more forward. I can still get my weight over my front foot and still have that tilt. So what I see when you do this correctly, what you can feel is, go ahead and get in your tilt, but keep your weight kind of 50-50 on your, or even favoring your front foot, and then bump, feel like you're bumping your rib cage toward the target, and feel like you're bumping the right side of your ribs toward the target also. So you're going to feel like this right side doesn't go down and back, it goes more toward the target, and then you're in this shoulder tilt, and you can easily, now you're in a position to where you can come from the inside, you have this shoulder tilt away, your nose is behind the golf ball, but my entire upper body isn't back here too, my entire ribs aren't. So I feel like I'm bumping this forward, my head's staying behind, and now my weight is left, even though I've been able to deliver this club from the inside. So when I do that, it's a simple move of coming down, you get a little bump, you almost feel like this side stretches out. Everything feels real connected on your left side, in your body here. Everything's gonna feel real connected between your armpit because that's bumping into it. And that gives you a lot more control also. So you're gonna be able to have lag, have shoulder tilt, you're gonna be able to hit the ball first, you're gonna be able to make your weight go to the left, all without falling back. So let's try it out now here in half speed, just to kind of show you what this would look like. So here's the wrong way, I'm keeping my upper body back, drop kicking it, here's the right way. I'm bumping my rib cage toward the target, still coming from the inside. Now my weight is left and I've got perfect alignment. Nose behind the golf ball, ribs toward the target, still have that tilt, still have that shoulder tilt. Everything's fantastic there. So let me go ahead and do it in a full swing. There we go. Hit the ball first and in the ground, and I was able to get that lag and get tilted away without falling back. So not too bad, 169 yards for an 8-iron. Definitely happy with that. Now, if you want to take it to the next piece, there's something still here, and that's starting that downswing the right way. And see, a lot of people rush the downswing with their hands and arms. they almost feel like they're yanking this club down, and that doesn't give me enough time to get that little bump toward the target with my upper body and to get in the correct position like we talked about. Now, if you want to learn how to do that, I got a great bonus video for you. All you need to do is go ahead and click one of these cards that pops up on your screen. If you don't see a card, don't worry about it. Just go down to the link below in the description, and I'll teach you the way to stop rushing that downswing so that you can smooth that out and you have plenty of time to get that little bump, get your weight on the left, and the downswing will feel like it takes a year compared to what you're used to, and the club will start to shallow out a little bit compared to what you're used to. It just gets a lot easier because you have more time. So I'm going to go ahead and play a preview now. Go ahead and click one of those cards, the link down below. I can't wait to share it with you. Let's go ahead and get started. Now the bottom line is that if you pull this club down to ring that bell or pull the hands more from the inside, what's going to happen is you start to rush your downswing from that pulling, and that can throw off your sequence. And we all know that once your sequence gets off, that is going to be the root cause of all your problems. Now, maybe you're being outdriven way too often, or you're terribly inconsistent with your strikes. Some of your shots are heavy, some of them are thin, some of them are off the toe, and then the next ones are way off the heel. Now you end up way over in the trees, you're in the tall grass, or maybe even the hazards all day long, and it really comes down to this. Clay, how in the heck do we fix it? Well, there's some good news. Well, there's only two things that you need to learn. First, you need to learn to shallow the club rather than pulling the hands down and getting the shaft in this steep position. You see, there's another way that the pros do this, and once you start to get that club on this shallower plane, more from the inside, then you pair that up with the right way to square the club face. And once you put these two things together, everything starts to fit in your swing. Now your buddies will start to get a little bit jealous because you'll start hitting solid, longer drives, time after time, and round after round. Now I'm going to teach you this right now on what I call the E-slot technique. Let's walk through exactly how to do it. So here's what I want you to do. Go ahead and take a swing to the top and get in a really good position. I want you to feel like your weight is mostly shifted to your right side and that your hips and shoulders are nice and free. I don't want to be locked up here. I want my knees to move, my hips to move. And that's going to allow me to swing my shoulders very nicely. Now, one thing that most people get wrong when they swing to the top is they don't get this tilt away from the target. So instead of being straight up and down or leaning to the left, I want to be slightly tilted away in what I call the stable fluid spine in my top speed golf system. Okay, so now that you're at this great position at the top of the swing, what I want you to do is instead of pulling those arms straight down or ringing the bell, that's going to get the club shaft steep and get this elbow kind of flapping behind your body. I want you to do something very specific. I want you to take the tip of your elbow and move it in a specific way. Now, not this small bone on the inside of your elbow, but I want it to be right here at the tip, and here's what I want you to do.